ready for it.
This world is breaking down and it's only getting worse. Sickness, famine, economic failure, social unrest, tyranny, and much more on the way. Where will you stand when that line is drawn? Winter comes every year, but this one will be especially hard for many. Survival is being prepared is to weather the storm. Are you ready? What is going on, YouTube? Now, I'm going to wait just a minute here so we can get everybody kind of see if anybody jumps in here. I'm seeing 3 at the moment, but a lot going on out there. A lot going on overseas, a lot going on around here. Oh, when do we finally hoist that flag up? That black flag, it says no surrender. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and throw the link. There we go. Into chat here. Anybody wants to hop up? I know there was a couple I'd already talked to that said they would come up here and basically just shoot the shit. A couple things I do want to talk about, and beyond that, then we'll just kind of roll with it. What is going on, Militant Roots? Joe, Coral Tiger, nice to see y'all. Appreciate y'all stopping in here. Let's see here. So evidently, Spray Can Coins, nice to see you, brother. Now, let me make sure I'm doing this right. There we go. Let's do that. Now, evidently, there's been a lot going on over here with the volcano. I'm sure everybody's tired of hearing it.
I've already got an update on the La Palma situation.
I hope y'all can hear that. If there is some reverb or echo, please let me know, because my retarded rear end still ain't put my headphones in yet.
That was strangely deleted.
So maybe
11:45 a.m. Reuters news service tweeted out something and deleted it. He said, from memory and summary, it said they received a warning that the new practice.
maybe that'll help. I do apologize about that. Okay, now why did it jump back out? That is some serious lava flow coming out of that thing. They talked about it slowing down. They've been getting hit with earthquakes constantly. Let's see here. True American Loretta, it is nice to see you in there. Okay, let me jump back over here. So yeah, a lot going on over there. They had a thing that kind of happened yesterday where somebody had printed it, had tweeted it out, and then the old boy was talking about stuff going on with DARPA, conspiracy theory, I know, but said that they were involved in what was going on over there. And of all things, the official DARPA account or whatever actually liked their post. And, then stuff kind of seemed to start happening. For anybody that doesn't know who that was right there that I was showing the video of, that is Johnny Don't Speak. His channel is Johnny Don't Speak 2. He's got a website and everything else. Great information all the time. He's constantly throwing up little videos of, current stuff that's going on. Very insightful on a lot of things as well, and kind of has more of a, not really a, well, I guess he's more of a Christian standpoint. He is a believer, so no matter your views on that, kind of puts a little saying behind it as well. Anyway, let's see here. I said hello to Loretta that hopped in here as well. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody right quick. I was supposed to, like I said, have a couple people hop up here with me, and I'm not seeing anybody yet. So now then, how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody had a good day today. Around here, it was real cloudy, but warmed up a whole lot. It's been a little cool the past couple of days, but very, very warm today. Anybody that's following us over on Instagram has seen the post about. Well, I even went ahead and did the video last week as well over it. Our dog Goliath. He is a service dog for us. Well, for my son, he's a type 1 diabetic, and he is in the process of being fully trained to where he will notify us of any lows or anything like that. He's already doing a great job, but can't chat much, still at work. Well, I appreciate it anyway. I appreciate you stopping in, no matter what. Let's see here. But we finally got some of his stuff in the mail this week, and I kind of wanted to show that, which I thought was really cool. He's got his official little badge and everything. It's got his number on there, and I think I just doxed myself. Oh well. I'll have to cut that part out, I guess. Let's see here. Got one there too. Yeah, weather's acting kind of funny. The reason I brought up the whole thing with the volcano is there's a lot of people out there that say, it's not going to happen or it can't happen or this or that. But what's going on, Monty? But it is happening. It's happening in real time right now. And Ghost was actually talking about, for anybody that doesn't know the channel, which from the looks of most of the people in chat here, everybody knows who Ghost is. But check out Ghost Prepper for anybody that's watching this later. Awesome channel, great canning stuff. Hopefully gonna be doing some canning with him and the rest of the Cannibals this weekend, but we'll see how that goes as well. But getting back to it, he was even talking about how all the volcanic activity here recently. There's been he was reading out all the facts on his video to where there's been more activity this past year and compared to like the past 10 years. And he was going back into history there, back to when, he was referring to, I believe the author's name is, and I'm probably going to screw this up, but Mary Shelley, the writer that wrote Frankenstein and Dracula and things like that. Her and her husband had went on a summer vacation, but that summer there was no summer. There was so much ash in the sky and stuff, it was completely dark that year. And it caused a whole lot of problems. People being shut in, and what's going on, Tupac? Now, when all that was going on, she was shut in instead of being able to be outside, and she ended up writing those books. Well, a lot of other people, like the feed for the animals, of course, no sun, not very much on the way of crops, or, they're not going to do very well anyway. So all that went through the roof because of how scarce it was. Well, it finally got down to where it was cheaper to get rid of people's horses, which back then was the mode of transportation, than what it was to keep them around and try to feed them. So a lot of people, what do you do with a big animal like that you can no longer feed? It feeds your family. But anyway, the inventor of the bicycle invented it during all this going on. There was no more horses, and you couldn't afford to have a horse because of the price of the feed. So he figured out another mode of transportation, and that's when the bicycle was, invented. So, I mean, history has a way of repeating itself no matter what. Even as a kid, I believed that the weather was kind of on a so many year rotation, like a calendar schedule, because you'd see certain things that would happen kind of on, every so many years. And I think we're coming up on that, you know, larger events that are going to be happening once again. And this volcano has something to do with it. There's enough pressure underneath the Earth's surface, it had to escape. And I mean, let's face it, with all that's been popping out of that one volcano, there's a lot going on underneath that we're not seeing. Milkmaid, what is going on? I appreciate you being in here today. Let's see here. Put that up there. Anyway, but even if it doesn't do what they're talking about of, that shelf falling off and the tsunami coming over and everything else, with all of that kind of stuff, there's still a lot going on. I mean, it's constantly putting ash in the sky. It's going to be just a lot of stuff going on with our atmosphere in general. And they want to talk about global warming and everything like that. And I'm not necessarily a denier of it, because it does warm up, but it also cools down. There's stages of things that happen. Oh, excuse me, on a regular basis. I mean, the planet goes through its own cycles as well. I mean, when you think about it, us humans, we're just we're just fleas hanging on for the ride when it comes down to it. So I mean, thinking that we understand everything that goes on with this place, I need a lot more to understand than that. Let's see here. Flat Earth fight me. Well, you never know. I haven't been up in the sky, but I'll still go with the horizon theory. When it comes to gravity and everything else, a projectile going over a far distance, it still drops and goes with the curvature of the Earth. But just my opinion. Let's see here. This is why we learn to grow food. Exactly. Anybody and absolutely everyone out there needs to be growing something. Whether you have acres of land, whether you have just a 4 foot by 4 foot or 1 foot by 1 foot section on patio, on an apartment building somewhere, grow something. I mean, just get the practice in. You never know how much that little bit of knowledge on how something will work for your area may come in handy on down the road. Um, they make tower planters. You can make them yourself as well, but they make tower planters out there to where even in just a 1 foot square section, you can have 30, 40 plants. And I mean, if you're eating solo there, that's quite a bit of food just for one person. And don't get me wrong, I've got several monkeys over here, and they, ooh, food bill on them's crazy. But that's why we've been working on everything. I've got the greenhouse out there it's slowly being built. We changed the location to it. I took down our pool or as a couple of people would say, our reserve water source location. But I took down the pool and we decided to put it up there because it'll get full sun the entire day. From the time the sun comes up till it sets over the trees, it'll have sun on it the whole time. So I figured that would be a better location. The other place, until about noon, it would have been shaded from the house. So, but we're trying to do it with all recycled resources. I mean, everybody knows how much lumber is right now. And when it comes to windows and all the various things, because I'm not making just a little 4 foot by 4 foot greenhouse. It's going to be pretty good size. Let's see here. The 5 gallon buckets are great. I've got a huge amount of them out here. As a matter of fact, it took me forever to finally get my 5 gallon buckets, because I was supposed to get him back when Prepper Tribe put out his 5 gallon bucket or his bucket video because he's got more than just 5 gallon buckets in that video. And I had told him about it back then, and it took me forever. It wasn't until here recently that I was finally able to get them. They belonged to my grandpa, and he passed away a while back, and somebody had been keeping a hold of his stuff for us. And then the bug happened, and it made it hard on everybody to do anything. So some plants do okay in the shade, and you're right on that. Truthfully, even though it's supposed to have quite a bit of sun, that rogue tomato plant that I keep kind of throwing into videos and stuff like that here and there, it only gets direct sunlight maybe an hour or two of the day because it's on the let's see, I guess it would be the east side of our house, right? Northwest, yeah. Anyway, but there's another big barn or a shop right beside us. So it's just like a little alleyway in between the house where it's growing up at. So, I mean, it only gets a couple hours maybe of direct sunlight a day. And that thing is just exploding with tomatoes right now. It's ridiculous, truthfully. Let's see here. And I'm actually going to put another little, because I did it last week on, for anybody that doesn't know, I'm usually part of what they call the Saturday Premiere Train. It has Mad Stacker and a whole bunch of other people that are in the stacking community from, let's see here, the Wolf 56 is in there. He's a metal artist, does a lot of pours. Big Red is in there. He's another metal artist. Pistol Packing Pilot is another one that's in there on a regular basis. He is actually, for anybody that doesn't follow his channel, please look him up and then go to his community page or his community tab, because he is an honest to God pilot. And with everything that's going on about the walkouts and all that kind of stuff, he kind of he put himself out there a little bit, and it speaks volumes, really. So I would definitely like everybody to head over there and check that out. Let's hear. Trav the Bucket King. Yep. Yeah, I got a bunch, but I definitely don't think I got anything out there. I don't think I got him beat. I'll put it that way. Let's see here. Go with Milkmaid again. We got potatoes are my go-to, super versatile. Fill your belly and grow a ton of Yep, I can fully agree with that. And you only need, truthfully, if it's got eyes all over it, you can take one potato and grow several plants. You just cut it up and then grow it. And I've actually got 6 buckets out here right now, to where we had a couple that started to get a little older. The very first one actually started to rot a little bit, and I was just like, well, I just went ahead and cut it up with the eyes on it, threw it in some dirt, and let it go and see how it's going. And the plant itself up top has just died off. So we're going to see what happened there. I want to say it's been 3 months since that's been in the ground, but I know that's a little short on time. But if we get even one potato out of it, heck, I'm going to call it a win. Let's see here, sweet potatoes. I tried sweet potatoes last year, and I didn't have the greatest of luck with it. We got a bunch of them, but they were really tiny, and I guess you'd call them, they were stringy, more or less. So I'm sure it's something I did, but that's why everybody needs to try to grow at least a little something. Everybody needs to try to grow at least a little something, so that way you have more practice at it. You have more experience with it. You make the mistakes and all that kind of stuff, and then, excuse me 1 second, guys. I apologize, but if I can hear it through my headphones, I know y'all can hear it with this microphone picking up everything. Give me one. Okay. Anyway, back to it. Let's see here. Uh, I guess I missed the original comment there, but yeah, Nisi is awesome. And anybody that hasn't checked out her channel, please get over there. It's, for Nisi Tribe. She's got a lot of great stuff on elderberry on there as well. And for anybody that doesn't know, Missouri is kind of the elderberry capital of the U.S. So there's a lot that goes on here with that. And I'm going to throw another channel out there. It's Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. And they're up towards mid Missouri there. They do a lot of videos on elderberry. And I'm one I cannot get over the taste of it, but it's extremely good for you. Probiotic, all that different kinds of stuff. Helps with coughs. It's just a natural old remedy that's very good for you. Let's see here. I know I seen it in there. Where's it at? Wild Wild West. There he is. Wild West Stacker. Takes 2 years to produce. I thought, no. As far as I know, potatoes are only supposed to take, I was told, 4 months from the time they go in the ground to putting more, to being done. So mine out here, I kind of figure are probably a little underdone. But like I said, it was just one potato. And instead of throwing it in the trash, because it was already starting to rot a little bit, I just went ahead and cut it up. 5-gallon bucket, halfway full of dirt, threw them in there, the pieces that were cut up, filled it the rest of the way all the way to the top of the bucket, and let it roll. And it's been growing like crazy. Very, very much surprised me. But anybody that hasn't, definitely get out there and go ahead and try to plant, try to garden. Just throw some seeds in some dirt. Get you a solo cup, put some dirt in it, and throw a couple seeds in it. Give it a little water each day. Just see what happens. Here, we were talking about some War Games Tribe was doing Monday at Natives. Okay. That's what you guys were talking about, Nisi. Okay. Yeah, the War Games thing that they're doing over there on Natives channel that's pretty cool. I'm hoping to get in on that eventually. I believe Hutch and a couple others are the ones coming up this coming Monday. Don't quote me on that. Check with Natives channel and on the Discord there for his as well. Oh, and speaking of Discord, I'm going to link it in the chat here if I don't screw it up and shut us all down. We have got a Discord channel that I would really like everybody to come over and check out. It is something very simple. We've got it set up with all the... Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to... Sorry, wife's walking half naked through the house. I'm gonna have to cut this short, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, no, I'll stick her. Dang it. Okay, she says hi, everybody. Anyway, back to it. Let's see here. Here's the link to the Discord. It's well over 1,000. They're books and like charts, and they're all in PDF format, so that way you can print them out. There is a library also on Natives Discord channel. This is all a part of that as well. I keep trying to add to this one as much as possible, but it's all fair. Sorry, I'm reading Joe's thing there as well. But anyway, it's all free. There we go. She done got me all kinds of discombobulated. Anyway, but all this stuff is completely free over there on the Discord for everybody to be able to print out. I've got everything split up. Each different channel on the server is kind of the area of expertise that those books are kind of focused on. So when you get over there trying to find something specific, there's stuff from blacksmithing to solar to military manuals, cooking, canning, you name it. There's pretty well something over there, and I'm trying to add to it constantly. And anybody that's on there, if you have anything that you would like for me to try to get more of on there, please, by all means, say so in the general chat, and I will search it out. I'll get a hold of it, and I will upload it for everybody to be able to download. But let's see here. Homestead Oz. What is going on? Now, anybody that does not know this channel, y'all better get over there and show some respect to these people. I'm serious. Lynn and her husband, I'm sorry, I have to say the husband. I'm very bad with names. I forget. I can't even tell you my next door neighbor's name right now, to be honest with you. I'm very bad with names. I know faces, but I'm bad with names. But anyway, we'll catch you later, Milkmaid. Sorry, I'm running behind on catching everybody in the chat. Thank you for stopping in. I really, really appreciate it. I do. Wayne, there we go. Thank you very much, Militant. And Wayne, I'm sorry about that. Like I said, very, very bad with names. I know people. I've known people for years, and I'm the one that, hey, you, because I don't remember names, unfortunately. I have issues with my memory anyway. My incident that is coming up on 4 years ago now, I had to go on the vent, and after that, my memory has been extremely bad. So, but anyway, getting back to it, total squirrel moment here. I'm acting like Arkansas up here, getting all kinds of squirreled. Anyway, okay. Jeep, I have not said hello to you, and I'm going to do that right now and say hello. But getting back to Homestead Oz, these amazing folks are over there in Australia dealing with everything that's going on. And if you don't know what's going on in Australia, y'all are living under a rock. Seriously. These people are the epitome of freedom fighters. Everybody over there that is standing up to what's going on. I'm getting a little choked up, to be honest, talking about it. Full respect to y'all. I cannot describe my feelings accurately on everything you guys are doing to stand up for your freedoms and your rights over there. And I know y'all are doing it very, very at a disadvantage compared to us here in the States. So anybody out there that thinks we can't do something or it's too big of a situation or anything like that, take a long, hard look at Australia and what's going on over there. Thank y'all for being here. Seriously. Very, very much thank y'all for being here. And Joe, thank you for linking channels in the chat as well. I'm trying to keep up with everything. If anybody wants to get on, there's Ghost himself, the man I was talking about a minute ago. If you don't know, now you know. He's right there. But there is the link for anybody that might want to hop up here and tell me to shut up and quit rambling. Oh, but seriously, I mean, the things that we're dealing with these days, there's a lot of people out there that will complain about, I'm going to say it. Anybody that wants to get up here as well, I really don't care what YouTube thinks or anybody else. They shut this channel down, I'll just start another one. I'm not going to sit here with my hands tied and trying to tiptoe around every little thing that's going on out there, because doing the tiptoeing and worried about offending people and everything else is what's got us in the situation that we're in right now.
Mom asked me to ask you what the Wi-Fi password is.
Oh boy, I'll have to tell you that here in a minute. Actually, I'll write it down, and you can hand that to Mommy, because I'm not gonna say that while I'm live here.
Yes, and I can sell.
I apologize. 1 second, folks. My little girl is asking for our Wi-Fi password, and even though I've already kind of doxed ourselves, I'm gonna have to go back and edit that out. And I've yet to edit anything from a live yet, so I don't know how to do that. So we will get all this stuff fixed up. Okay, take that to Mommy. All right. Anyway, exactly, freedom. Way squirrel moment there. Anyway, but I was talking about the channel, and I'm not going to tiptoe around stuff. If anybody's got something to say, as long as you don't start personally attacking people, I'm all for it. I mean, we can't sit here and talk about freedom and then want to hush the other guy up, because I mean that's not how it works. As much as we might disagree with somebody and everything else, we're not cancel culture, and we don't need to try to be cancel culture. That's just like as much as I would like to see us free of what's going on over here. Excuse me. There was another channel that was linked in Discord earlier, and I'm forgetting the name of the channel. Memory thing again. But he was even talking about how if the states tried to separate and everything, and we tried to do a direct red and blue separation, how would that be fair to everybody that is, say, red in a blue state or blue in a red state? You're actually going to force those people to leave if even afterwards you got a hold of that person's information and they didn't quite agree with the narrative of what was going on at that point. Are you going to force them to leave then? There's a lot of gray area when it comes to all this stuff. Everything's not as black and white as a lot of us would, even me, on some things. That's what we would like for it to be. And I don't think we should treat it as much. What is going on, Independent Manny?
Mom asked me to ask you to tell you that it's not white.
Okay, well, y'all are just going to have to wait, unfortunately. But I will get to it. Alrighty. Evidently, I can't even remember my own Wi-Fi password, so that shows you my memory right there. Would have mattered if I showed it anyway or said it. Okay. But yeah, I mean, how do we have to learn to have the conversations. And kicking the people that disagree with us off to the side is not the way to have that conversation. We're adults and we need to be able to talk back and forth and be grown up about stuff. We can agree to disagree. I mean, I don't agree with everything that my wife says. Now, I'm getting to say that while I'm in here and she's in there on the phone, but we all know how that goes. But I still back her on every single choice that she decides. And I mean, she's the greatest woman out there, flat out. She has dealt with all this stuff that we all have dealt with. But for anybody that doesn't know, yeah, I saw that. Careful now. Yep. For any of y'all that doesn't know, she's an RN, and she's been in the thick of it since all this has started. We've actually still got a calendar on our wall over there. Back, it was last March. She sorry, I know that was very loud, and I apologize. I'm still dealing with the sinus stuff that's been messing with me. But anyway, last March, she went ahead, and since nobody really knew anything at that time, and we have our son that is type 1 diabetic, so he's at high risk, and she said me too with my health issues, but I don't care, but she cares. She left the house for 3 months and stayed with a friend of ours down there near where she works. So that was 3 months straight that she never came home to hug her kids, never kissed them goodnight, all them things. I mean, we did whatever it is, the video chatting or whatever, and we put a teddy bear that says "I love mommy" up in the window because we didn't go anywhere there for a while, worried about, because we just didn't know. Nobody knew what was going on. And she would go do the shopping. She would come back and drop the stuff off out here, and she would leave. We'd go outside, pick the groceries up, come bring them back in the house, and that's basically what we did. So for over 3 months, she didn't get to hug her kids or anything like that. Now, as a father, I know how that would feel. I can't imagine that being a mother. I don't want to imagine that being a mother. I mean, just the heartbreak and everything else. That's but I mean, it was crazy. But I mean, this is all kind of I'm getting all kinds of squirrel on this, ain't I? I'm gonna have to start writing out a little script so that way I stay on track. What is going on, Sarge? Brother, if you would email me, because I'm having a feeling that for anybody that doesn't know, back when I hit 500 subscribers, I had a giveaway. And as far as I know right now, only 2 people that were in that won that giveaway have gotten their stuff. And K Titus was one of them, and he just literally like 2 days ago got his package. So I mean, but Sarge, if you would, I know you were one of the winners. I have it written down what you had won. I want to say it was a silver half or something like that. But anyway, if you would, let me know if it hasn't made it, because I'm not going to let any of that go. If stuff hasn't made it, we're going to take care of that. Excuse me. What is going on, Johnny? Hutch, I've seen you hop in here, and I hadn't actually said hello, even though I've talked about some of the things you said. Let's see here. Northern Girl Hobbies. Hello. And anybody, I know she probably doesn't need it because, I mean, let's face it, Angry Prepper was shouting her out as well. But everybody get over to Northern Girls and give her some support and show her some love there, okay? Everybody in chat pretty well. Just go check them out right quick, see if maybe they got a channel. If they do, go hit them up. Because I made it a very, very simple part of my life when I was young. Anybody that anybody that ain't cool or don't do stuff, I mean, anybody's gonna stab me in the back, I ain't got time for. If they ain't gonna be a good friend or something like that, I ain't got time for them, and that's just how I roll, plain and simple. Let's see here, we got Ragnarok. What's going on, brother? I got to email you as well. Green Thumb, I know I've seen it. Where is it? There it is, Green Thumb. What's going on, Bubba? Now, anybody that wants to see some gardening going on, check this man out right here as well. Him and Hutch have got some, let's just say some fun gardening skills going on. So check both of them out on that. But let's see here. All right, getting back to it though. There's a lot going on right now. A lot of people are standing up, including the pilots. Like I said, if you get a chance, go check out Pistol Packing Pilot and check out his community tab. He put up a post there. But the pilots have had enough. People are standing up on this mandate that they're trying to force out. And they've got a lot of stuff going on. In the link to the description of this video, somebody had posted in Discord. It's actually the FDA committee meeting over everything, over the third jab, over jabbing the kids, they talk about a lot of stuff during it. I mean, it's an 8-hour video, so I can understand not wanting to sit there and watch the whole thing, but there's a lot of very both interesting and worrisome things that get said during that. And yeah, it's crazy how some of these people think. And I mean, there's people on both sides that were talking during this. There are people that are flat out saying that the people aren't going to go for this, and I can't blame them because here's why: we haven't proved really anything. I mean, right now, I'm going to say the company, forget it. Like I said, they want to do something, then let them do it. But Pfizer is doing a research right now, where they gather a group up and they go through the whole process and, show their findings afterwards. So they're doing 10,000 people. And this is their big group. It's only 10,000 people. But some of them are going to be getting the real thing. Some people are going to be getting placebos. But all of this information isn't going to be done until September. The planned end date for this is September of 2022. So we're not even going to have the information of the big, group until then. So, and they're going to the extremes that they are right now. And then you have Project Veritas coming out with their videos. And shout out to them on doing some real news work, investigative reporting. That stuff that we have for the news nowadays is a joke. I mean, it's biased opinion. There's no real news anymore. It's someone's opinion, and it's being pushed out there as what is to be truth. And I think that's why we all stick to kind of some alternative news. It's another reason I recommended Johnny Don't Speak. And I'm sure everybody in the chat can probably go ahead and throw another channel out there that is, at least tries to keep it unbiased at the very least. Government-run media, you're right. It really is. And, I mean, they've come out and admitted that at points. We're going to get them to, how did that go? We're going to basically get them to do what we want. And anybody that has something to say against it, we're going to get them to get rid of that. Was basically the mindset. Now I can see this right here. Who couldn't see this? And I know he's got a headdress hiding somewhere. I could just see that. I still, just like the others, I want to see that TP when it's done, man. I want to see that happen. I don't get to be there, but everybody else that gets to be there, yeah, have a great time. Let's see here. Roaming Prepper, what is going on, brother? I'm doing pretty good. I'm getting up here just talking shit, really. I got a few things I kind of wanted to go over and just kind of getting back in the routine of things. In September, I kind of took a hiatus because twins had their birthdays. Wife had her birthday. We had our anniversary. And got the service dog. I've been prepping out the rear end. Literally every $10 we spend, 5 of it's going towards preps. Because, I mean, with the way things are going, who knows what tomorrow is going to bring. I know it's that way anyway, but I can't be the only one out there that just feels like all this stuff is starting to come to a head. Let's see here. Anybody wants to hop up here, by all means. Like I said, it's open mic night. Hop up. You're free to say whatever you want as long as you don't do personal attacks. And, well, they can be against me. I'm okay with that. But let's see here if I can get back into this. Downsize that so that way I can see what I'm doing. All right, here's the video that I was talking about that is a strange development when I made the comment about, this is another Johnny Don't Speak one here. This is the strange development he was talking about, to where I believe it was Twitter. There was a comment that come out, and then, Reuters or whatever, they pulled back their comment this morning right before all the extra, Anyway, let's just get into it right quick. And once again, I've got my, copyright BS down in the description as well. I'm talking about this stuff and promoting the channels as well. I'm not trying to steal anybody's stuff. I'm just directing people to information. So let's get with it. Bring it up full screen. Oh, is the audio not working, guys? Can someone tell me right quick if you're not hearing what he's saying? Okay, I apologize here. Let me, because I had hit the button to share the audio with it as well. So I definitely apologize, folks. Let me go ahead and do the screen share again. Share system audio. Do it again. Then we will bring it back up. Click on it and scan it back here because I know it's 5 minutes, but it's got a lot of information in it. And of course, now it's not going to let me play it. There we go. Now let me know if you guys don't get any audio, please. I would really appreciate it. What is going on, Leslie? Still no audio, huh? Okay, well, that sucks. So I'll just downsize that then. Yeah, roaming prepper. I'm using Google Chrome. It's what my system updated to and all that kind of stuff. Had to click the thing with the thing. Yeah, I did that. I don't really know exactly what's going on with it. I was playing the exact same window as what I played earlier, and it seemed like everybody was hearing me just fine, or hearing it then. So, well, anyway, he was talking about the old boy talking that part of the volcano was going to fall in, and that DARPA had something to do behind it. And they went ahead and they liked his comment. The official DARPA Twitter page or whatever it is, of all people to like his comment, they did. And then it happened. Another one of those that's kind of, I don't know. A lot of stuff seems to be conspiracy theories this past year, but have all been getting proved true too. So, Green Thumb, will catch you around, brother. I definitely appreciate you coming in here and hanging out with us for a bit. I really do. But I mean, how many things out there have you all seen that Roman will catch you around as well? I appreciate you being in here, brother. I will catch you around. But how many things have we seen in the past year that we've been told are conspiracy theories, and yet this year are being proven true? The location of said situation that's happening to everybody, the fact that it had been messed with. Last year's voting fiasco. All these conspiracy theories, but have been slowly and surely getting proven to be true. Yeah, I got my aluminum foil around here somewhere. I don't know. I think I need to find a little. It's getting Christmas time. We'll get that elf on a shelf and put some aluminum foil on his head and have him sitting up here somewhere. What is going on, Silver Unicorn? As a matter of fact, that is another one, brother. If you have, I'm pretty sure you're one of the winners of the 500. If you haven't gotten your thing yet, please email me and let me know that you haven't, because like I told Sarge, as far as I know, only 2 people have gotten their stuff. But the mail right now is just a joke. Ken Titus literally got his stuff just a couple days ago. It spent, I don't know, a couple weeks in Illinois, bouncing back and forth all over the place. And as far as I know, Tribe is the only other person that has gotten anything. So anybody that hasn't, and anybody that watches this video, if you won the 500 and you haven't gotten your stuff yet, please get a hold of me. Everything went out. If it hasn't made it, I'm going to make sure that it gets taken care of and done right. Our service dog that is a horse over there is only 10 months old, and he managed to get a hold of the little papers that had the slips, the tracking numbers on it and stuff the day I did it. And we all know how puppies are. Yeah, I'm talking about you over there, Fluffy Tail. Anyway, let's see here. Got a line on the inside. You got the line inside of your cap. Yeah, okay, now I understand. Oh, aluminum foil. There you go. But yeah, so where do we really go from here? We definitely can't believe anything the media is putting out there. There's a lot of little people that are trying to put stuff out to really inform people, because they just want people to know. They're not trying to take a one side or the other stance. And I mean, that's my viewpoint on it. Give everybody all the information and then let them come to their own conclusion. Like a lot of channels say, do your own research. Pick a topic, find out as much as you can about it, and then come to your own conclusions. Use your own good judgment, your own knowledge, and figure out what's going on. I appreciate it, Coral. Thank you for being in here. I'd only planned on sticking on for a couple hours tops anyway. I've still got to cook supper and everything. Excuse me. That meatloaf is not going to cook itself, so. But anyway, I mean, where do we really go from here? Everybody says it's time to take a stand, but if we don't all stand together, they're just going to pick us off one by one. What can we stand behind? Who can we stand behind? I mean, you look at the soldier that came out talking against what happened over in Afghanistan, which prayers once again go out to those families, because that's beyond a tragedy. I have my thought patterns I'll get into on that here in a sec, but the man that come out talking about all that stuff, they've got him in prison right now. At least last I heard, waiting to stand trial, which, I think the Clintons might have something to do with that before he ever makes it a trial, if anybody catches my drift. Because if he's got real intel, then they're not going to let the real intel get out. Yes, Militant, I've actually got that. Let me put it up here. I've actually got to go ahead and in the description already, I've got that video posted. Or the link to it posted. So once again, anybody that, wants some information, click on over there to that thing. Like I said, it is 8 hours long, but there's a lot of information in that thing. I want to say it was at the 4 hour and 17-minute mark is where I want to say Militant was talking about checking it out with it getting crazy with some of the things that were getting said. So if that helps any on separating stuff out. One second, folks. We are trying with the Wi-Fi again here. Because it is not wanting to work for them, so.
And I don't know if she just went to program it and then scrolled down one and put in 102, or what happened. I don't know.
Okay, 1 second, babe. Okay.
I was just trying to buy pictures.
Approximately 1 million of those swamp dwellers all. Let me bring it up here. I'm reading on my phone too. I got a little thing that holds my phone up so I can try to kind of keep an eye on everything. Let's see here. There's 300 million Americans. You need 3% to get the ball rolling. 3%.
Yeah.
9 million people. Yep. And the problem is a lot of people have that it doesn't affect me attitude. And I'm gonna get a little serious about this right now because that's their opinion. And a lot of people have put it out there. Why not stand up if you're afraid of things being taken from you? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not promoting violence here. I'm promoting all of us coming together to resolve and bring a solution to what's going on. People can talk things out. People can agree on things. People can disagree on things. But until we actually get that conversation going, nothing is going to happen. But anyway, everybody wants to sit back and it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me until it finally does. And then they want to do something about it, or they want other people to do something about it. There was that video that come out with the pilots, that are going on strike. And somebody, I'm pretty sure, who was it? Was it you? No, it wasn't Hutch. It was on Native's thing. Who was it that brought that up? I apologize, and I will have to try to say that name later. Hutch, if you remember who brought it up, once I say this, you'll please key in here. But the opinion was like, well, where were you? Now that it finally directly affects the pilots, they want. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, prepping outside the box. Anybody that hasn't checked out his channel, get over there. Another great person from Missouri with more information in that head than I can imagine. But they weren't really doing anything till it directly affected them. And then once it directly affected them, well, now they want everybody to do something about it. And it kind of goes back to the old saying back in the days when the Nazis were around. There was a story of a family that lived on a pretty decent block. And it went something along the lines of, I think Sarge put something down that was pretty close to what was going on. or what was said, but the story went somewhere along the lines of they came for the family down the street because they were the Jews. All right, it started out with the firearms. They had firearms, so they came for them. Well, I don't have any firearms, so it didn't affect me, so I kept my mouth shut. Then they came for our next door neighbor because they were the Jews. Well, I don't believe in that faith, so it didn't affect me, so I kept my mouth shut. And then finally, they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out because I was the last. That's kind of what we're facing right now. The more and more we keep our mouths shut, the more people that are getting hurt in the long run. I can remember being a kid and being one of my most favorite memories is the 4th of July down on the border. And I couldn't tell you the name of the town or nothing else, but there was hundreds of people out on, blankets like it was a picnic out on this hill overlooking the town. And then they shot the fireworks off from the other end of town at night. The kids were running around catching lightning bugs. People, back then when I was a kid, had no problem with people doing a little drinking or this or that out there in the public because it wasn't no big deal. People didn't act stupid. They understood responsibility and they took care of each other as well. But that's something that I get to carry with me. What kind of world are my kids going to see when they're my age? If we're dealing with all this stuff right now, what do they get to look forward to? Because, to be honest, and I'll flat out say it, I'll be damned if my kids grow up in China. We have freedom here. There are many people out there that have fought, bled, cried, and died for the freedom that we have, for the freedom that the far left and others have to speak out and say the things that they do. We may not agree with them, but it's their freedom. And if we try to go against and hush them up, we're disgracing those people that have got them flags draped over their coffins just the same as those others are. Freedom isn't just for one side or the other. Freedom is for all. I don't know. Like I said, where do we really go from here? There's so much going on. We have to come together. We have to find that middle ground. I kind of thought the thing in Afghanistan was going to be that middle ground, but it's kind of surprising how quickly that's just been quieted down. Because, they talk about, the 13 soldiers, and don't get me wrong, that's a tragedy. But how many others were lost when that explosion happened? And I said I was going to kind of go down the rabbit hole on that a little bit. And when it happened, I told several people that as much as I hate to take away from the deaths of those people, I really think it was a distraction. Get everybody to look at the gate while you get whatever you're wanting to get on the plane. Then they're going to get that plane out of there as quickly as they can because, they're under attack. They've put it out there and they've openly put it out there that a lot of people that came from over there, well, not a lot, excuse me, they have several that are in prison right now, or supposed to be, that were on the terror watch list, that were fairly high up on it, to my understanding. That's the people that they have that they know about. What about the people that hadn't made it on there yet? You think about it, all these people that are in control over there right now, they are the new ones. The ones we knew about were the ones 20 years ago. We've been there for 20 years. We've been fighting those people. They've been raising and making new ones for 20 years. It's I don't know. It's a lot to think about, truthfully. But just like then, I get to look at my little ones and wonder where we're going to be when they get older. And I do my best to teach them everything I can. We work on gardening. We work on canning. They know what compost is and how to do that. We get out here with the BB gun, and every single one of these kids, if they ever had to have something real in their hands, I feel sorry for whatever they're defending against. When it comes time for them to be old enough to go hunting, we're going to have some food in the house. You know, they know a lot, but they also know a lot when it comes to a lot of these electronics and a lot of stuff that goes on a regular day. You know, this current stuff. But what do we do when that's not around? You know, I try to be a jack of all trades. I learn as much as I possibly can in each one. Don't get me wrong. I would love to be an ace of all trades, but I can sew something together and I'm a big guy, that I can throw over a pipe and hold myself up with whatever I've sewn together until the material itself gives way. The seam wouldn't. I can rebuild a motor, build a house, wiring, plumbing, you know, all kinds of stuff. And that's knowledge. That's what I want to pass on the most. When I made this channel almost a year ago, the original intent was to write a book, actually, that could be given to them to be passed down and then kind of handed off to anybody else. And they were so into YouTube, we went this route. I figured, well, you know, maybe we'll get more out there, be able to help more people. And that's what I'm pushing for right now. That's why that Discord server, like I said, anybody that has been over there, please go check it out. The information on it is absolutely free and is in PDF form, so that way you can print it out. That way you have a copy of it. If the power ever goes out, you've got it on hand. The internet is an absolutely great resource for information until it doesn't work. Power goes out, service provider goes down, the whole thing goes down. There's a lot that could happen. If you got a physical copy of something in your hand or on your shelf, then that holds a little more merit. One of those sayings that they have in the stacking community: if you don't own it, or if you don't hold it, you don't own it. Same is true there. You can have 100 of those audiobooks or 1,000 of those different PDFs on the computer. I could have a lightning strike right now and fry my hard drive. And all those books that I went ahead and uploaded already and shared, they'd be gone. I could maybe track them back down again and have them downloaded again and everything else, but they'd be gone. But I'm going to keep trying to upgrade it. I know there is a way to, I don't know, they got tokens or something like that on Discord to where you can bring it up, because I've still got around 300 books that are too large to be downloaded right now or uploaded. And there's some pretty important information out there. So I'm going to try figuring that out, even if I got to go ahead and pay a little bit and get it going. You know, we'll do that so that way everybody's got access to everything. Let's see here. Look to the Amish. They have figured it out. Regardless of your stance, they just don't give a shit for power failures or internet blackouts. And you're right. We've actually got some Amish very close to us here. I want to say maybe 10, 15 minutes away. They've got a couple locations over there to where they sell a bunch of their stuff. And I personally prefer to buy from them. They say buy local and everything else. Well, that's kind of the stance I take on whenever it comes to them. You go in there and they've got, I want to say I'm probably going to be correct on this, knowing it being the Amish and everything, but it's Christian music playing. It's very soft, very, I don't know. The last time I went to Walmart, they had some crap playing. It was like, you wanted to scream at the top of your lungs. Would somebody shut that shit off? But I fully agree. The Amish have got a lot figured out. Now, once again, nobody's perfect. We're all human. We all make mistakes and everything else. What is going on, Rich? Thank you for stopping in here. Excuse me. Sorry, I haven't. Constitutional Carpenter is another one. And I believe Pasture Mo. Thank y'all for stopping in here. I'm sorry, kind of gotten a little spazoid moment there, but I appreciate everybody stopping in. I'm sure there's better things you could be doing with your time than sitting here listening to me ramble. But where do we really go from here? Do you know? Everybody wants to talk about their mag and all this and that, and a lot of people want to get all kitted out and everything. And there's good and bad to all of it. There really is. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big guy. I'm overweight and everything else. That's one of my main things I have to work on. Can I still get out here and have proven myself to be able to hike a long distance and everything? Yeah, I have. Do I, our last scrapping and everything else, do I have the strength to pick up a engine block and throw it like it's a toy? Well, I did. Somebody told me a long time ago, it's that barnyard strength, because I ain't no damn bodybuilder. I'll put it that way. But, there's a lot of things that somebody wants to look at somebody. Well, you don't do this or you don't do that. Well, when it comes down to it, I'm one of the ones that even though we've got stuff, if we have to leave here, we're bugging in. Bugging out is our last option. I mean, here in town where we're at is mainly her family, so we've got a pretty good community around this kind of situation. But I've got some property 8 hours northwest of here, excuse me. But that's an 8-hour trip driving. I mean, hiking miles and miles and miles, what is that going to do me any good around here? Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to do that. Don't get me wrong. Having the cardio and everything else like that, if you've got it, amen to you. By all means. I wish I could sit out here and, put on a 100-pound pack and march for 20 miles and back. Shoot, that'd be my dream. I'd be ready to go then. But, one second. Got another monkey here. Sorry. Anyway, let's see here. And as for, the people that want to do have all the freedom seeds in the world and stuff like that.
Can I go outside with Mom?
Just let Mommy be out there. I mean, that's a very good thing, but unless you're able to reload, those run out. What's your backup on that? I got a bow over here that, unless I snap that arrow, shoot, I couldn't tell you how many shots I'll get out of that thing. The tip starts to go bad, I change the tip out. And it's quiet. No one's going to know my location. There's a million things that we could go over. And you're going to get back into doing the guerrilla warfare segment that I wanted to start. And I've already got some books printed out on that, and go over just different things, and just see what we can do to help others. If there's any message that anyone ever listens to me on anything whatsoever, it's that I want you all to share as much information you can with everyone out there. If you can reach one person, just one, and actually help them in some kind of way, then it's all worth it. Because that person, in turn, will reach one. And then it's just that cascading effect. How many can we reach? I don't know. I got too deep into my head there a little bit. I ain't going to lie about it. Anyway, snap back out of it. Okay. Guerrilla warfare. Yeah, a couple of things that we're going to be going over for anyone that wants to catch us when we're doing that. A couple of these. Now, I know they're in binders because I printed them out. But this is the Civil Disobedience Operations Manual from the Army for 2005. So we will be going over that one. Then we've got the U.S. military, the Navy, the Marine Corps, put out its Mao Zedong on guerrilla warfare. And if you don't know who Mao Zedong is, go Google that right quick. Now, he's up there with a lot of people that he's up there with Hitler. I'll put it that way, in my opinion. So there's a lot to be talked about on him. And then another one we got right here close by, Urban Operations from the Army, 2006 version. And it's a pretty good thick one as well. But so we got a lot of information just right here that I would like to go over on the guerrilla warfare segment. And once again, that's just like silent operations. I mean, you talk to a lot of the people that have been in the military with the whole Afghanistan thing on everything that was left behind and all that kind of stuff. The number one thing that they're concerned with is the fact that they got night vision out of it. Everything else, don't get me wrong, is an issue. But the number one thing that most of them are concerned with is the night vision. Because that was what put us on a different playing field for our soldiers to be able to take, operate at night under the cover of darkness and do what they needed to do. And with that being the ability, or those items being in the hands of people like that, it's not a very good thought. But folks, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to cut it. We've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes. Got a little bit to talk about. A couple of the people that I thought were going to come by and say hello, even though all you amazing people have come into chat and said hello. Then they never come by and hopped on here just to bullshit as well. So I think we're going to hop off. Anybody able to, I'm going to go ahead and probably I may even do another live tonight. I don't know, after I get everything done. Friday's another day. We'll get that rolling. Saturday, we do have the premiere train with all the other amazing people. Yep, duty calls, go feed the monkeys. I post some of this stuff in my chat over here on the side. I think it froze up on me. But 1 second, folks. But everyone definitely check out the Premiere Train. Usually a bunch of amazing creators on that. Mad Stacker puts it together every time around. He puts a lot of work into it. Um, Saturday night, I am definitely planning on trying to get over to Ghost Channel to go ahead and can with all the cannibals. Anybody that doesn't know about that, check it out. Amazing information. If you're not canning and putting away food, at least watch some stuff on it so that way you can try to get into the routine of doing it. I mean, I have actually went out and thankfully I got my canner handed down to me from my grandparents. One thing that I wanted to make sure on, I went and got another one of these. So I'm going to be putting that in probably tomorrow. I've got new seals and everything else that I'm going to be adding to it. Just freshening up the canner. It hasn't been used in several years. That pressure canner anyway. So, but I want to thank everybody in chat for stopping in and just chilling out and shooting the shit. Ghost has me putting away canning supplies and haven't even started canning yet. Hey, that's the way to do it right there. I just picked up, truth be told, I just picked up 2 cases of canning lids. I've got enough for me. I put there's a monkey. But
Why you call your monkey?
I put a message out there to a couple people that were having trouble finding them to give me a holler on how many they need, and I'd send them that way. Because I've probably got well over 400 canning lids right now, and I don't have that many jars. So, one stone. Carefully 2 with a big stone. There you go. But so definitely get over and check out Ghost Channel. Even if I don't get there, a couple other little special shout outs that I would like to, toss out there for everyone to maybe check out. What is going on, Farmer's Son? We got Sarge in here. We got Farmer's Son prepping. We got Ragnarok prepper. Let's see here. Hutch was in here. I'm trying to make sure I hit everybody that does content. I check out everybody that's in the chat. Don't get me wrong, but absolutely everybody that is in the chat that does a little bit of content, please get over and just give them a little like and a subscribe and all that stuff. The others on the normal regular list, we got Prepper Tribe, amazing dude, always funny. We have Just Josh. Get over there and check that dude out. Get your spiritual situation in order with that man right there. He's got a lot to say, and it all needs to be heard. Once again, shout out to Hutch. Prepping Outside the Box, another Missouri native just like Hutch. Great people. Let's see here. Who else we got? We did Native. How can I forget Native? Even though Devout's been kind of hiding from the sounds of it, go check out Native and Devout channel. He's always on. Always some great information over there. Let's see here. If anybody's got any suggestions, please toss them out there. Missouri in the house, Hutch. There we go. That's what I want this all to be about, is just get the information out there. Like I said, anything you can share with somebody that even teach somebody how to, as much as stupid as it might sound, teach somebody how to build a box. Get some nails, get some wood, teach them how to build a box. Sounds extremely stupid. But with that box, you can do a lot of things. You can go trapping with it. You can build a birdhouse. You can do all kinds of stuff. But it gives them that little bit of skill of understanding how things work. And go from there. I mean, like Hutch and Tribe, going fishing. The old saying, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is the utmost and absolute prep. It cannot be taken away from you, and it can be shared with everyone. Knowledge is one of the most important things out there, and we need to do our best to share it. But with that, folks, I'm going to hop off here. These monkeys are getting hungry and antsy. I appreciate everybody being in here tonight. I am going to go ahead. Yep. If you would, please go ahead and smash that thumbs up. I very much appreciate it. Like I said, we're going to be around. We're going to keep sharing this stuff out. Hopefully, we can get people involved and really get something going. Really let people understand that we're open for that conversation. Anyway, getting back into my head again. All right, folks, y'all have you a great night. I'm going to go ahead and kick it out here with the video, and I'll catch you around. This is the Silverback with Silverback Preparedness. There's a storm coming, and I pray that everyone's ready for it. This world is breaking down, and it's only getting worse. Sickness, famine, economic failure, social unrest, tyranny, and much more on the way. Where will you stand when that line is drawn? Winter comes every year, but this one will be especially hard for many. Survival is being prepared. Prepared is to weather the storm. Are you ready?